Now, in this video, we're going to go over bubble sort. Here we have the sorted pattern of cards. This is what we want the cards to look like if the sorting algorithm works. Now, we aren't looking at suits here, just numbers. Now, these cards are all pretty and sorted, but to demonstrate how the algorithm works, let's mess them up a bit. It sorts by selecting two items and seeing if they are properly sorted, meaning if the smaller one is on the left, because they are being sorted from left to right, lowest to highest. If they are not properly sorted, then it will switch them, and then it will go on to the next pair. First, it selects the 10 and the 6. Because they aren't properly sorted, it switches them. Then it selects the 10 and the 3, once again switching them. Now 10 is the highest number in this set. So, the algorithm will continue checking 10 with the other numbers and swapping them until 10 gets to the end where it will stay. Then it goes back to the start and selects the 6 and the 3. It switches them, then selects the 6 and the 8, but the 8 is actually higher, so they stay. Then it selects the 2 and the 8 and switches those. As the sorting continues, let's talk about the amount of steps it takes for the algorithm to sort something using bubble sort. The amount of steps it takes is calculated by taking your number, let's call it n, and squaring it. This is the maximum amount of steps bubble sort will take. So in this case, using 8 cards, it will be 8 squared, which is 64. Unlike random sort, this number is capped. This means that it will not take more than 64 steps to sort 8 cards. It could also only take one step, as it is possible that when asked to sort a set of numbers, they could already be sorted. So the algorithm would simply check to see if they were sorted, and once it immediately saw that they were, it would end, meaning it would only take one step. However, normally it will take more. And that's it, a successful bubble sort. Now, let's take a look at the code. So, let's go over some of the code in bubble sort. So at the top here, we have a loop that will repeatedly check the pairs of numbers in the list. Then below that, there's another loop, which basically states that for all the possible indexes in a list, if a number is greater than the number after it, then they will be swapped. Now, one of the ways this works is that it records the index of the greater number. Then after the greater number is swapped with a smaller number, its index is added by 1. And this will continue happening until they were properly sorted, and then a list will be printed. Alright, let's talk about some of the pros and cons of bubble sort. So, the pros and cons of bubble sort all come from one main idea, which is that bubble sort is sort of the middle ground between random sort and merge or quick sort. This means that the pros are that it's quick to code and easy to understand, maybe not quite as quick or easy as random sort, but still very quick. The main cons of it are that it's slower than the more advanced sorts, and the amount of time it takes increases exponentially the higher the numbers get. Now, of course, it's a lot faster than something like random sort, but as you get to the much larger numbers, it's going to become a fair bit slower than something like merge or quick sort. In conclusion, bubble sort fills a very important gap between the simple sort like monkey sort and the more advanced sorts like merge and quick. It's very useful, and it's definitely one of the most human to understand, which is helpful. It selects two and switches them. It's quite simple and easy to understand. It's almost similar to how a person might normally think.